everybody. Today is a little bit of a technical video. I do those once in a while. I know that a lot of my followers are musicians or people that have a recording studio setup and things like that. My last technical video, one of my last ones, was about the Zoom H5, and it has now about 20,000 views or something like that. So people do appreciate any how-to videos or reviews that I might do. I have not done anything like this before, so bear with me. When I move from here to the computer, I'll be just filming the computer screen. But anyhow, so let's start with the from the beginning here. This is my digital audio interface, Focusrite. This is a Scarlett 2i4. It's called first generation. This is my second one. I'm going to explain to you why I had a first issue with it. When I purchased it from Sweetwater, which I love them, the first one that I received was not stereo. I could not make it stereo. And like every troubleshooter that that hears from a customer something like that, they're like, oh, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. So anyhow, I sent them a video, and what would happen with the previous one, I had connected it perfectly fine. I would turn on the knobs and it would crackle in my speakers over there. It would just crackle and make weird noises, and I had sound only in one speaker, whether I would switch cables in the back over there. Everything's properly tied up and clean. So anyhow, I told them, I sent it back to them. I said, I don't know if it's the shipment, I have no idea. And then they sent me this one, and there was no problem. And then I had another problem with the same model. And so because I had Pro Tools 12 first year, I had the Avid support. I called them and I explained to them what was happening is that when I was at 96K, and this is supposed to be really high, by the way, I had no sound or distortion. Anyhow, the interface was not switching. And so the Avid engineer connected to my computer, and he went to the control panel of whatever driver I had back then, and he switched, and I had that in my notes. He switched from 10 ms to 5 ms. Anyhow, he explained that it was at 1000K and it should be at another 1000K, but I think it was the buffer size. I was at 1024 and it should be at 512. And I was like, I still don't get it, because it should just follow whatever Pro Tools started to do. But once he did that, then it was working. So I'm gonna keep talking as I'm moving to the computer. So then I worked on an album for 2 years, and I was working at 96K the whole time, basically. But I still switched at some point. I switched to 44, I think 44.1 16-bit, because I was making YouTube videos, and I was editing the sound into Pro Tools. And so and it was switching fine back then. So okay, I'm going to show you a little bit more of what's going on with this. This is my review, and this is to tell you to not buy Focusrite, because also did not have great customer service or troubleshooting. I've had this interface for only 4 years. I got the second one that Sweetwater sent me, I believe in January 2016. So it's been just 4 years, and it's crazy that something like this would with light to moderate use would just like stop working. So let's talk a little bit about the drivers. And so when I got the interface, I believe I updated the driver at some point. Whatever I needed to do, I did. But anyhow, this was the first driver that I had, and it's over here. You should be able to see its name. It's 2.5.1. There wasn't really any issues, but like I said, I was mostly working at 96K, and with just a few videos here and there, and I was not switching in between, like in this on the same, once Pro Tools is open. So what's been happening is that when I open Pro Tools and I open a session that's at 48, 24, or 96, 24, and then I switch to 44.1, 16, it doesn't switch. Pro Tools freezes and just shuts down. And then when I reopen Pro Tools, and it's the same thing if I do the other way. Once, I'm at 44.1K, if I had been at 48 before, it just does not switch. So I'm going to show you exactly what this is. I talked to tech support and they made me record at 44.1 and they said, oh, but it works. And that's not the point. It works at either, rate that you're at, but it's just not going to switch. And it's doing an issue as well with Reason 8. I just tried it today. And this has happened with multiple drivers. I'm going to go in order here, right? There's a lot to say, but I want you guys to know what's going on. And I really don't recommend to purchase Focusrite because the company will not back up, and they will not keep updating the drivers properly, and they will not provide you troubleshooting with for their software, and they provide, their software is not good. They need to catch up, or I don't know what's going on, but their software is not up to date, and the thing is only 4 years. So as you can see, I updated the latest driver. It's 4.63.24.564. This is the ones on the website right now that they recommend. I also tried out the one that the tech support person recommended, had me try to use, and it was actually the exact same thing. I think even worse. It was running more frequently with it, and this one was 4.36.5-612. At first, when I saw that issue, that it wasn't switching, and you don't see it live, so you don't see exactly what's happening. I looked on the Avid forum, and here we are. And so this exact same issue happened with this person in 2016, and then somebody in 2019, June of last year. Somebody had the same issue with a different model. I don't know if it's first gen. This guy has Pro Tools 11, and he said everything technically works until I hooked up a guitar, blah blah, and audio track. Once the gain, and and he was saying, oh well, he had Israel for all, but that was different. But troubleshooting issues. I'm just letting you read in the same time. So this was the 18i8, and this person starting having issue with the Focusrite and trying out the beta driver, and that it fixed all of the issues. But I had read also in another thread that somebody had the exact same issue where it was not, when it would play back, it would just freeze, and it was just all sorts of problems. And this person had the same thing. And anyhow, they went to download the beta driver. So I found that page about the beta driver, and that's the one. It's 4.64.15.598 installer 611. That did not solve the issue. It was the exact same problem. So then I was, damn it, what's going on? This is just crazy. So there we go. I'm going to show you exactly what's happening. So I'm going to open Pro Tools 12, which is up to date. Okay, pretty fast, and I found a way around it, but it's really, I'm trying to be polite here, it's really a pain. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a brand new session right here with me to show you that it has got nothing to do with my own sessions or anything, and I'm gonna be recording only one audio track with my nice, Audix microphone over here. I'm connected to input 1, create new. hopefully, so sometimes it won't even create a new session. I'm gonna call it untitled 44.1 16-bit, okay? Sometimes it freezes right here, but you know, create. Okay, I made it. Whew. Okay, track new, okay, you know, basic stuff. We're gonna record right here. I'm gonna do something silly. Where is my transfer? There we go. Oh, and by the way, I am pretty good at troubleshooting. I actually also have, on top of, you know, being a very active musician, songwriter, singer with music on television and everything, and awards and all, I also have a research science degree. So problem solving, I'm pretty good at that. So I kind of know what's going on. I cannot tell you what's the issue in the engineering of the software, but I figured out that it just doesn't switch. So there we are. The sun is up, it's a brand new day. Love and music are in the air. Okay, we've got our audio track right here. I'm gonna save this. Okay. So on a normal day, you know, I would probably just close Pro Tools, right? If I try to create a new one, I think that might not work, but we're gonna try it. 48, 24-bit. Okay, we're switching right here. We're gonna do 48. I hope this is not shaking too much. Sorry if it is. We're switching down here to 48 and 24. And create. Save changes. Yes, we saved that. Okay, you heard put. This is like, okay, and now down here I have a message from Scarlett, you know, like what we just switched, but that's okay, that's normal, we know that. And so yeah, I know we're switching. You heard the toop. This is a noise that this interface has always made. I would think it's normal, but you know, before I had this whole system, I was for 8 years with an MBox 2 and a Pro Tools, whatever, like 7, 8, I went all the way to 8. And I never heard this. I never had a problem switching from anything to anything. So yeah. So I think right now, so you see, I tried to create and it said, and it made that noise. And if I go to file, it doesn't want, there you go, Pro Tools not responding, and it's gonna crash. There you go. Pro Tools just crashed. What did I do? I closed the 44.1K 16-bit session and tried to create a new one at 48 and 24. Now I'm reopening Pro Tools. I think this video might be helpful for their engineering department. But I mean, come on, they should have a new driver that works by now. Okay, so we're doing, now we're in a fresh Pro Tools session. It's already at 48. The interface is already at 48 because it switched earlier and it made Pro Tools crashed. Create new, 48, 24. 48, 24. Create. Alright, I made it. Of course, it already switched earlier. So we're gonna record and then I'm gonna show you. Oops, never mind. I think this is moving a little bit, but I hope you're not getting like all dizzy or something. Okay, it's just you're on my little table where I have my keyboard. Okay. The birds wake up singing for me, Time to go on a discovery. I open my eyes wide to see. I recorded a different line so we don't get confused between the sessions here. Okay, we're saving this, right? Saving this. Close session. Save changes to the yes. Okay. Now. Okay, now I'm gonna close Pro Tools, just so if I was on like a different day or whatever. Now, all right, I'm opening Pro Tools, and what do I want to do? I want to listen to both these sessions. I have, you know, a 44.1K session and I have a 48K session, and I want to just go and listen to them. Just thinking. Okay. Did they say the 44? It doesn't show, which is very, very strange here. I don't even know if it saved the one from earlier. That's kind of weird. I mean, what's weird by now? Okay, so it is here. I thought we had lost it. Okay. I don't know if you heard it. It just made shoop, shoop, choop, choop. That noise in the speaker again. So it switched, right? So we're trying to play 44.1K. Pro Tools, there's the message. Pro Tools do not initialize the focus, you know, right, USB ASIO. Please make sure that the device has been configured correctly. This is the message I have had. And then you say, what did I do? I actually just open Pro Tools, right? And I tried to open my session at 44.1K, but from recording at 48K earlier, the interface didn't switch back. Now I say okay, and I still, you know, close session, save, okay. So it didn't crash, but now it's thinking. Oh, okay, and now it's crashing. Alright, close it. Okay, it just crashed. So I'm basically not able to play any of these sessions right now. And I mean, I can show you right now if I open the other one, right? I was trying to open 44.1. And by the way, if we go down here, it says, so now it's switched because, you know, it made Pro Tools crash. 44.1, you know, 256, you know. Now if I try to open 48.24, it made a little choop choop noise, and it's changed on there. It tells you, and what it's doing, it's not playing, same error. So it's just going in circles here. It's very, very frustrating, disappointing, because it's only 4 years old equipment that I bought, you know, to make my album and everything. But anyhow, I made an album for 2 years. It was light to moderate use. It was well used for 2 years, like maybe a few hours to several hours per day. But you know, I did a lot of the work on the record directed remotely. And then it was just, you know, a few times a week. I mean, that's really, and then light sometimes, you know, when I had like a bunch of shows, I would not even open the Pro Tools. So, alright, my eyes are completely crashing. So, the way around that, that was the only help I got from the tech support. When I create a new session, and then like basically, if I know ahead of time what session I want to open and what that what the rate of that session is at. I have to remember that stuff, which is crazy. But after seeing these problems, I kind of realized, okay, that station is at that rate. So right now I'm working on two different projects, and I know what rate they are at. So the only way around that is like to say to the interface, hey, I'm going to create a new session here. I'm going to create it at 4824. This does not work every time, but so far it has worked, and has saved, my work. Thank God I'm able to do something. Or I would just, write something to the Better Business Bureau. I don't even need, I just put untitled like 3, 4824, create. I don't even do an audio track or anything. I actually do not create audio track, and I do not record. Then I close this. This is at 48. Now I should be able to open my session that's at 48 and play it, hopefully. And it's working. Birds wake up singing for me. Time to go on a discovery. I open my eyes wide to see. Okay. Now, so I close this. And normally, if I create another session, 4416, it should force the interface to switch properly. Call it like, and I mean, you should, this sounds crazy, I know, but at least I can use my equipment for now, because obviously I'm gonna switch, and I will not buy Focusrite again. So on channel 4, it just switched. We had to make this weird noise. And that did not work properly. It looks like the additional step I need to do in between those rates is to close Pro Tools. Right now it's on the switch as I try to create a new session again. Done. Alright, there we go. Let me show you again the way it works. Open Pro Tools. Okay, alright. Create new. Like what? 6, 48, 24. Okay, we're just redoing this. Close. Okay, today it's not even going around the thing that I worked on a few days ago. It has to like crash in between. Anyhow, I think you got the issue, right? Trying to show you how I made it work. Probably not helping. We're at 48 now. We heard it, and it crashed. It's probably gonna work. But like, let's try to go to 44.1. Is it gonna go down the rates or not? Made that noise. This is weird, that noise. Does anybody hear that noise when the interface, it's not creating a session, huh? It's gonna crash again. So anyhow, I'm gonna show you what it's doing at Reason 8 right here. I'm really frustrated right now. Okay, Pro Tools is crashing. Have fun. So I did 2 files earlier, with Reason, but I'm gonna make them fresh so that nobody says that these are old sessions, or oh, I made a mistake because I'm a woman and I don't know what I'm doing. If you see what I mean. So Reason is very so more basic as far as it just did a noise. Obviously Reason opens up at 48. It just switched with Reason. It's just weird. There's a ghost in my interface. So okay, so I'm going to like Tell Reason. Yeah, my audio. I'm at 48K, okay? With Reason. And this is what I want it to be for this session. We're gonna save this file as delete those. Sorry for this. I'll try to edit that. Alright, this is 40 Reason session 48K. Save. No, okay. 2. Number 2. There you go. Sound very, very happy. Create audio track. Okay, and you know what I would normally do here, you know, if just to make it clear that nothing, you know, Reason instruments can take a lot of CPU and everything. I'm just going to delete them all so that there is no confusion. I have just an audio track and the mixer up here, and we're gonna do record enable 1 2. Okay, no feedback. Good. The sun is up, it's a brand new day, love and music are in the air. Okay, and we're gonna save that. I hope this is not moving too much. Okay, so here you go. I have, you know, an audio file in this Reason session. We know that we are at 48 to 56. This is saved. And now I'm gonna close it, right? Remove the record, close everything, save, close it. Now we're gonna go back to Reason and we're gonna do a session at 44. Yes, I want to delete this device. This is a long video, but you know, it's necessary, and I'm also going to send it to the Focusrite people because they asked me to send in a screenshot. And now you cannot send a screenshot of this. It's something that happens live. So here's a video, you know, thank God we have videos now. Create audio track. We hear, okay, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to first change the sample rate, okay? Okay, we heard it make that noise, okay? Reason for some reason does not have, Reason for some reason, right? Awesome. Does not have an option for 24-bit or 16-bit. It defaults to what's the default for the interface. I believe, from what I've read and saw videos and stuff, and what I remember, I think the default for this interface is 24-bit. But like, you know, you don't really know for sure, so it's, I don't know if it's a thing in Reason that's just not very smart of them. It's only how, so now I'm at 44.1. Okay, so it didn't freeze or anything right now, but we're already in the session, so I mean, you know, it works differently, but I'll show you what it does later when we open the separate individual sessions and it shows that it's not working. Okay. Love and music are in the air, the birds wake up singing for me, time to go on a discovery. Right, we have our file there, save as, we're gonna call it 4.1 K2. Okay, so there they are, they're ready, right? And now, so we were just at 44.1K. So technically, when I open my recent session at 48K over here, the interface should switch and my session should still be at 48K. So did I hear the noise, the pew pew noise or anything? And then when I go here, it should tell me 48K, right? And it stayed at 44.1. So that just shows that the interface just plainly did not switch. Reason opens, reason just not like controlling anymore as it did. You know, if I don't switch it now, it's gonna make the noise. There you go. But oh, and now it's freezing. Okay, yeah, it's just like, yeah, there you go. Okay, it's frozen. So there you go. Alright, and it closed. So this is what it is. I hope that helped. I hope I mean that helped. That helped you decide to not buy Focusrite. I don't know if they'll ever do anything for this situation. The only thing that I can do probably is just change software, you know, change interface. You know, they're really funny when they tell me, oh, you need to call Avid. I'm like, no, I read in the forums and everything. It's a Focusrite problem. Obviously now we have issues with Reason as well, and it's just obvious, you know, the audio software, audio recording software is in control, you know. I mean, it just follows what's going on, or is in control, you know, whatever it's doing when it, depending where you select the changes. But it should just work. And yeah, when they say to call Avid, it's really funny because they know that I'm on Protools 12, or they probably know, and I don't have the subscription to Avid tech support, because right now to have that you need to upgrade and you need to pay $200 or $300. I think $300 a year the first year, and then I'm not even sure how much it is anyhow. And this is just to get rid of me. And this just shows just terrible customer support, technical support, product and hardware and software. Since, you know, this is the second one I had, so, you know, come on, this is just ridiculous. The only good thing about it is that it does have a good sound, but everything else, you know, this is just not worth it. So after this, you know, I will probably eventually change completely platform and interface. I think I'll probably invest in a really good preamp and an interface that can switch between the internal preamp and the external preamp. And I would definitely not stick with Pro Tools. I'll have to find a way, you know, to switch to some. I think I'm considering Ableton Live. It's got great reviews. Anyhow, this was it. This is a long video, but it was worth it. So thank you all for watching. I hope this helped, and especially I'm not the only one, and know that I saw it in the forums. And happy music recording, and good luck. Bye.